Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And we are in the caves beneath Leper's Smile, where we have two paths to go. And I think we will head this way first. I also did set up Buffbot, so that I can now just do this. And we should be all good. I also set up my Hotbars, so that those are done correctly. Now, Lan, if you would do the honors. A trap, eh?
Don't mind me.
Stealth with enlarged person enabled.
Pretty good, aren't I?
But we turn that off again. Lan. That works. But it would appear that others have seen us too. Not that I know where they are, but because I could do this. Which ended the combat. Ah, there it is.
Are we
Lan.
in trouble yet?
Yeah, it's not like these are causing us much trouble, huh? Lovely, lovely mutated fish.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
You seem to be doing a great job. Now, Lan, this is uncommon.
I'm all ears. You've crossed the wrong line.
14 versus 2. That probably explains more than one thing. How about a fireball? Did that kill it? That is very rare for a fireball to actually kill something. I'm going to loot when we're done.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
There should be a boss wight here as well. But I have no idea where it is.
You won't survive me.
There he is, Harkel. I need to get to that chest there. Ah, the haste has run out.
No glory without risk.
No matter, we can always recast it. I need to keep this guy away while Cal goes to this chest and takes out that thing. As soon as your fingers touch the wand, a surge of energy courses through your body. A howling choir of restless souls deafens your very thoughts. Green light pours from your eyes. It can rend soul from body if you so much as will it. The wand vibrates in your hand like it's alive. But no, it is certainly not, as you realize with amazing clarity. But there is definitely something inside, and it is studying you closely. Reach out your mind and touch the power that's hiding within the wand. Your hand clenches the wand harder and harder, like it's closing around the throat of an enemy. Suddenly, the darkness lurking within the wand emerges and seizes your hand. It crawls through your eyes and deep into your mind. A spark flares in the darkness. It's a firefly, held gently in the hands of a young mage. Its light barely diminishes the gloom, but it's enough to see the stone walls of a dungeon. There are several others, young and battered wizard crusaders holding magic wands, all showing signs of recent battle. You hear a rumble from above, followed by a furious demon shriek. The mages rise, preparing for another fight. A tall figure arises before them. Master Zacharius, you're alive! The mage towering over his apprentices is pale, and his clothes are covered in blood. His voice is dull and dispassionate. The newfound sanctuary has fallen. You have fulfilled your duty. Now, leave. This is my battle, not yours, Telton. The librarian, if you remember. The apprentices, baffled, turn around to the young man holding the firefly. Today I die and leave my friends. Take my wand and deliver it to Canabras. In the hour of greatest need, let a worthy crusader return it to me. I will know that my brothers need me, and I will rise to their aid. Even death will not stand in my way. We're going to hide it in a bag. I could break it, but yeah, I kind of want to meet Zacharias. So let's just hide it in the bag. And I will obviously not become a Lich in this playthrough. As the green light fades as quickly as it arose, the choir of the dead quiet their howls. The power slips away, even as every part of your body protests against it. You vividly realize how fragile and fickle mortal flesh is. Items received, Wand of Zacharias. Can I? No, I cannot. But I might be able to do this. Since that actually has a chance of hitting, unlike the other one.
Cover me, all right?
-1 level. Ouch.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Arakel now -2 levels. Is that permanent or temporary? It's just for a minute. Okay, good. I think Harkle is dead no matter what he does now. Yep. Are there any more in here? No. I think we're good.
Can't hide from me.
The Mind Piercer. I guess I'll give that to Camellia. It's not half bad, I believe. Loot taken by thieves from the Tower of Estrot. Well, now I'm taking it. Vessel of Relish. Sparkle has a Vermin Bane Elven Curved Blade +2 and a full plate. We find the Helmet of Scroccia. Sounds like a Pitaxian. I'm not going to bother with those things. Charcoal, soot, and the remains of a greasy-looking liquid, possibly traces of burnt oil. A massive claw. Judging by its size and color, it once belonged to a silver dragon. It's interesting that that chest and that cart both have items you need for 2 separate legendary paths down here in this rather well, don't remember the word I'm looking for, but yeah, uncharacteristical cave. Well, that was part 1 of the cave beneath Leper's Smile. Now for the other part, which has less undead and more demons. Okay, that's going in this way. A random longsword +2? Okay. I'll take it. Ugh, Vescavors.
Endure this!
I should have remembered to cast haste. Then again, Wally is up just after Cal, so we can cast it. Might need to get some rest soon so that I can refresh my spells.
Make every strike count.
I don't exactly remember the layout of this cave, but there's a Vescavor Royal Guard. We still have haste for 16 seconds, which is 2 rounds. No, 3 rounds.
Crossed the wrong mongrel.
Vescavor Swarm over there. That was not what I intended to do, but okay. I guess it works.
Let's try this way.
Can I charge from here? Yes, I can. Now, Sela should not be able to charge. Oh, she is.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Sure.
Slice! Behead!
When even the swarm encounters are easy. That's new.
Aha!
Then again, oh, that's it. Oh, I don't want to go in there yet. I definitely do not want to go in there yet. I want to rest before we go in there. I have very good reason to want to rest before we go in there. A Darachni.
You won't survive me.
You're out of spells. Peps, however, isn't. Oh, it's Wolf. I thought it was Lamb. I couldn't understand where my Inquisitor powers were. Now, I think I want you back on the glaive. There we go.
Endure this.
Wolf decided to read a book. There's traps everywhere down here. Let's clear out the corridors before we go into the room behind the rock. That thing is too close to comfort in terms of the when it gets to do things. Peps, can you move there and perhaps cast that? Sure.
The light take you!
Very good. I always like it when they fall over. Let's get rid of this swarm if we can. Good.
This will hurt.
And that Darachni
May I
is dead.
see your entrails, please?
Boom. The look of these plants, rapacious and sickly at the same time, suggests their unnatural origin. Interesting. Ah, yes, there we can see it. This is the friend who doesn't really function anymore, of who we are going to meet in here. And I might want to be fully rested up and have all my buffs available before we go in there. That is a very good mace. It's a shame that I don't have anyone wearing a mace. Or wielding a mace, I think I should say. Nor do I have any intentions of having anyone wielding a mace. Late game, I don't think there are any good maces in the game, as far as I know, so... Would you move out of the way, please, Arakel? Thank you. Because Wolf is easily confused by things like that. Let's set up camp here. I'd have to do a little bit of rearranging here because I would like someone that can cook meals. Then again, the entire thing has been kind of... Okay. We had a very different party the last time I set it up. So Cal will be on the protective rituals. Wally will be doing the cooking. That is a bad idea, but... I mean... You gotta take what you can. No. That's... not bad. It's also got a very high DC. This one is my favorite one, since 4 more hours before we need to rest is definitely good. I don't know what it does to Regil as his favorite dish. This one is meh. This one is also quite good. This one is also definitely good. Yeah, no, I don't see why that would be necessary. I'm going to go with the fish on a stick. Camouflage. Volgif, you are definitely getting better at that. Night Watch, Lan and Sela. This is atrocious, but then again we are in a very, very bad spot currently, so... But I'll have Peps help out with the protective rituals. He can, when Cal is standing in the middle, chanting the proper rituals, Peps can run around and jump up and down and do a rain dance-like ritual, shouting, "Die! Die! Die!" I'm fairly sure we'll fail that. Yep, this looks like a good... setup for now. We actually passed it. Wow. Okay, so heading back to here. I'm going to save the game because I don't know if we're going to be immediately put into combat. There is one thing that I'd like to do though, and that is to go into the spell book and go to buff setup and go to short. Divine Favor, yes. Shield of Faith is not that important. Unbreakable Heart, that is +4 morale bonus on saving throws. You can cast that 6 times? No. Aid, not really. Bark Skin, no, I'm already casting Fiery Body, that is a bit early. Mirror Image, I completely forgot to set up Mirror Image. There we go, and there was another one as well, Sense Vitals. You can cast that on yourself, Lan. Haste, he can only cast it 4 times apparently. While Peps can cast it 9 times. Oh, bother. I didn't do it on the right time. Okay, so Mirror Image. What was the other one I did? Sense Vitals. I want that on short. There was another one I did too. Divine Favor. Yeah, so it doesn't add to that. I'm also using Animal Aspect Gorilla on the melee people. Probably should get one too, but not yet. Okay, let's save. So we have buff short and buff normal here. Okay, that was pretty immediate. But I have done it so that I can cheatily access the buffs in combat. That way I won't have to reload situations like this, so if you have problems with it, that's the reason.
A calculated risk.
Distract them from me. It's all your fault.
I think Woldriff went down effectively at that. At least we tripped it. Cal, can you get Woldriff up again? I think I need a spell for that. Something like Life's Breath or something. Because if I heal him now, I don't think anything will happen. I should put that down there. But I can do that on that. And miss. Here, have this. I would have thought that thing was immune to fire, but apparently not. Anyway, it's dead. It is quite dead. Okay. Yeah, you. Would appear that he was the only one that actually took any damage in that fight. Why don't you use your own cure spell on yourself? There we go. That gives us the Retriever's Claw, which has an increased critical multiplier of ×3. I vaguely think we are going to use that on Woldriff, but I'm not sure, to be honest.
This is my kind of work.
The Claw of Jistka is temporary. That said, we are definitely going to put it on him now. Why have I not put the shiny dagger on him? He's been using a regular crap dagger as his offhand dagger for a long time. Amulet of Apothecary. I suppose, but it's not exactly what I would deem good. It's not like you encounter poison that often that I would dedicate an amulet slot to it, when an amulet can give us +5 natural armor or other usual buffs. Use full buffs, not usual buffs. Well, they definitely appeared out of nowhere. I should probably remove haste from that short buff thing, because that I actually feel that that is cheating myself. Burning Arc.
Into the fray.
It's not like I'm having massive difficulties with these battles, so
Time to share your
being able to
treasures.
get haste anytime in the order of party members is probably a little bit not just cheese, but outright silly. Short haste, remove that. Oh boy, a rock.
I crave for adventure.
Are we in trouble yet?
Rocks are very annoying at this level. Fails to overcome the spell resistance. You can't really do much currently. I think there's 3 of them. Do I have prayer cast? No, I didn't add that. Good. Now, maybe there are just 2 of them. It certainly has a high spell resistance.
Let's try this way.
You won't survive me.
That was a nice attack of opportunity because he critted, I think? Yep. That's one of the teamwork feats. That's a testament to how useful those teamwork feats are. I don't remember which one it is, though. Well, maybe these rocks aren't so annoying after all. They didn't even get to attack us. Regular scimitar. I'll just collect all. An unidentified kukri, which is a radiant one. 4,500 gold. I may not complain about that. What is this? The touch of the abyss irreversibly changes the very lands of the Worldwound. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look pleasant, but it actually is kind of pretty in terms of color. There is something... I'm fairly certain there is something more here. Yeah, I thought so. Not that it's anything useful, but I knew there was something more here. But apparently no secrets or hidden items. And that actually covers Leper's Smile. That took 33 minutes. Which is far faster than I thought. So I potentially could have done that in the previous episode and having it all in one. But it would have been 1 hour 15 to 20 minutes. So... But with 2 to 3 days in between episodes, I don't think it's a huge problem. But I try to keep the episodes at around the 1 hour mark. With good reason. I don't want any of this. Destroy it and leave. I don't think there's anything else up here either. I didn't really check around the area here. But the Vescavors should have feasted enough on what is available. That there should not be much for us to pick up. Dum-ti-dum-ti-dum. Here we are now, we can leave the area. And that gives us access to the northern part here, where we are actually getting closer to Dresden. And the Crusader camp is now at the other side. And we do want to enter. We really do. This might involve some conversations, but I think we're fine with that. One thing that do I really... Yeah, I have to actually go back out to look at my Crusader armies. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to go into Nura's tent. Wait. What the hell do you want from me? It's more a question of what the hell do you want in the camp? Who was the elf that was talking to you? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from my mercenary contacts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She'd never shared his name. No. Okay, so here's the first thing we need. This is strange perfume. Now, I don't remember what to do with that. Smells of something sweet with occasional harsh notes, like the air before the storm. There is something else that I have to do as well. Unless you've gathered it yourself or you already know the story. Nura might be the traitor who betrayed us. Commander, allow me to say something. Irabeth looks even more serious than usual. Oh boy. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then, you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too. But for me, they are just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anevia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we have been waiting for. You are the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I am sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. This thing here, I am uncertain. I'll pause the recording quickly and just look up a couple of things, because, yeah, I do like to do things properly, and there are definitely things you can miss and do wrong in this game. Be right back. Okay, so I have looked up the things that I wanted to look up, and everything seems fine. So, we are going to give her the scabbard now. So, I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Irabeth looks down. This scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hoped to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anevia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It is a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. I can see that you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Irabeth's cheeks. She nods, silent. Irabeth lovingly traces the name imprinted in silver on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Irabeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It is an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the stolen lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow, but then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for the rewards. The fate of the world is at stake. And yet, Irabeth's blush deepens, and she falls silent. Thank you, Irabeth. You have a nice day. Irabeth says goodbye with a short bow. Well, let's go say hello to the Queen. Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Kitran, an old friend of yours. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anevia to sniff me out. The Queen chuckles. Why did you decide to join the Crusader after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. The Queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen. I am also a paladin of Iomedae. It is not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join you on the crusade? I am glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side. Well, that's a fair enough motive. The camaraderie of combat, fighting shoulder to shoulder. For a warrior, such things are priceless. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends, but what about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that the historians and bards cannot see? The Queen smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman weighed down by a great burden. But she has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Mended is lucky to have such a queen, and I am twice as lucky, for she has agreed to fight by my side. Galfrey arches her eyebrows. Strange. You say, agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is, agreed to go on a date with me. Do you really think that you are the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Well, that wasn't exactly my intention, but okay. How does it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I understand why you asked. We humans share this world with races whose life expectancy is much longer than ours. When I was young, I also used to ask every elf or dwarf I met how it felt to live 100 years. I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomedae. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the church. The priests determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomedae. I accepted their decision, and the great responsibility it entails. I just need a sip of water. Why did you entrust me with Darren? The Queen smiles. I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There is nothing more disgraceful for a Mandevian nobleman than to have to be discharged like that. Darren Arenday. The Queen shakes her head. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amiable, yet decorous and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are on the whole highly practical and only useful for forming alliances, but Countess Arenday managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There is a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. Well, it was an honor talking to you, Your Majesty. I shall see you later. Don't forget, here I am Kitrana the Knight. Indeed. I would also like to check up on Anevia. She doesn't have anything to add. That's weird. I was almost certain we had to talk to someone in camp after Leper's Smile. Glowing croissant. I already know that recipe, but sure. Why does the altar light up, I wonder? I mean, that's the sanctification altar that allows us to sleep and get rid of the corruption, but well, no, it would appear that actually we do not have any conversations there. Maybe we should talk to Horgus, though. Nope. You have anything to say? Ah, he does. The quartermaster flashes you his usual grin, but it fades away almost immediately. What a march, eh, Commander? I won't forget it, not in a million years. I can't stop shaking whenever I think about the Leper's Smile. It's a miracle that we lost so few back there. The soldiers realized that if you had made the wrong decision, half the army wouldn't have made it out. They are scared, and they are scared things are only going to get nastier from here. What if we held a wake, lit up the bonfires, poured some wine, raised our cups in memory of the fallen? It would do the troops a world of good. We will commemorate the fallen, give the soldiers some wine, but not enough for them to get smashed. Never, Commander. Everything will be proper, solemn, and with due respect for the fallen. We're mourning the dead, not celebrating a wedding. let me just double check that I'm not missing something here. Hold on, please. No, apparently not. We'll go into the commander's tent and take a little nap. I have many characters to level up here. But I will do that in the next episode, I'm thinking. There is something that I want to check first, so let's do that. 21 hours, yeah. I guess people were pretty exhausted. Let's just put the book stuff that I don't need in here. The other thing, I don't know if we need that one, but I'll keep it. Okay, so area exit. Okay. The commander becomes host to an anomalous force, and his dreams are filled with strange visions. He feels the space around him distort, and his sensory organs are flooded by false images bred by distortions of light and air. Reality itself tries to expel the commander into some dark tunnel. At the other end, a grim figure awaits. His body resists this crude attempt to wrench it from reality, but the unknown force finds a tangle in the commander's soul, one made of demonic rage and destructive desire. The stranger grabs at it and pulls, like a hunter reeling in a harpoon. Troubled by the sudden intrusion, the dark and ominous force deep in the commander's soul answers with a menacing growl. The commander tries to understand what's going on. I should have been able to pass that. Like, really. I can't remember this, so I want to see what actually happens there. Tries to understand what's going on. He needs a moment to figure this out. The commander is being summoned, transported through space by some magical force. However, the attempt did not succeed because the commander is not a spirit or demon, but a mortal human. The commander is surprised that this spell worked on him at all. He uses every effort to suppress the tangle of rage in his soul, which the mysterious power has latched onto. By force of will, the commander pushes his anger down as deep in his soul as he can. The attraction rapidly weakens in response, as if the mysterious enemy can no longer sense the commander and concentrates its efforts on him. The apparition recedes, leaving the commander wondering whether it was reality or a nightmare. Well, that was interesting. I have no idea what that was. That 25 perception, that's just not feasible. Okay, so we did lose a couple of troops. I will modify that. And apparently we got more armies. Clerics and Hell Knights. I'm going to just dismiss them because we don't need them. Actually, we do need 3 armies. But I'll replace these Hell Knights with something else. And we are going to pursue because I do want the experience points. This army didn't lose anything. Interesting. Found some finance points. That's Heaven's Edge. The morale is maximized. Interesting. I would like to take that fortress. That is a lot of incubi. I hope that general doesn't have any nasty tricks up his sleeve. That wasn't nasty enough. But now it was nasty enough. So we've taken the settlement here, and we get a level on him. We can do Cure Wounds then. That is a major explosion. Five material points, and we're out of movement there, so the other army... let's go take out that fortress. Gargoyles. And the Crusader camp has now moved here. Yeah, let's take up that army as well. Sheesh. Nearly 3,000 troops is enough to take out all those gargoyles. While the rangers just rocket. Soldiers came across a group of riders on fatigued horses. They were desperately fending off a demon attack after what had clearly been a long pursuit. The Crusaders slew the fiends and questioned the travelers. The riders turned out to be escaped prisoners from the demons' mines outside Dresden. They had killed their cultist guards and stolen the horses. According to them, their guards knew nothing of the commander's forces, so hopefully his offensive will catch Dresden unawares. Get more energy points. And then we can head on this way. We apparently got another army there. Mounted scouts. No, thank you. Why does this have a weird color on the sea? Oh well. I think that we should wrap up the episode there. I know these crusade battles aren't all that entertaining, but I am doing the chapter thing, so if you don't find them very entertaining, you can always just use the chapter and or the chapter feature which is shown at the bottom of the video in the bar, if you're not familiar with it. There's also timestamps in the description, which is what is making those chapters. So, but yeah, if you have any other questions and or comments in regards to anything in the episode, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section. I hope that you enjoyed the episode and that I will see you all in the next one.